There you go. Sony CES keynote just finished, like literally a few seconds ago. The big news, aside from all the 4K technology and the camera stuff that they talked about in the press conference last night, the big news was about three things. PlayStation Now, which we've known as Gaikai generically up until now, and the other one being that PlayStation Sony Entertainment Network is now becoming a network unto itself. They're becoming their own cable channel that's cloud-based. You can watch it from any device, anywhere, on demand, live, you name it. In other words, they're looking to take the cable model and just do it out there. The only thing that they would have left after that is internet service providers. They're going to put cable out of business, son. It's amazing. So, and then the third one is they're talking about these 4K projectors you can put at the bottom of a wall, and then it gives you like a 175-inch screen or something. They're available this summer. And depending upon the price point, I'm probably just going to, like right now, like you see here, this living room, this is my rear wall, and my television is over there. Well, guess what? I get one of them instead of a new TV. If they're under $1,000, I'm there. If they have a model that's 1080p and has the same thing, again, I'm there. And I'll just put it on this wall here, put all my components right there, put my couch over there. Like, why would you need a TV after that? Why? But that's amazing. I mean, yeah, projectors have been around for a long time, but you've always had to have it behind, and then you had this screen and everything. This is really cool. So, but that's about as far as I have to say about that. So there's that. That's really cool. That's awesome. But going back to PlayStation Now and the cable thing, they're talking tablets, mobile devices, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Vita, everything, computers, you name it. So all of their entertainment, gaming, movies, TV, music, everything, anywhere, anytime. It's amazing. The PlayStation Now thing, a lot of people have been concerned if they're going to be going with a flat fee for all access, or if they're going to do it game by game. And At Your House said they're doing both. Depends upon what you want. In other words, for the people that are like, I'll game once in a while, and I'll try it. They'll be renting at that point. Whereas with the flat fee, you'll be using it often, you'll just be able to get access to anything, anywhere, anytime. And if their pricing model holds true for things like Video Unlimited and Music Unlimited, it'll be $9.99 a month for that, which is, if they manage to pull that off. They didn't announce any prices, so don't leave me a comment or whatever about that. They have not announced pricing. They're doing closed beta starting at the end of this month, January 2014, and they're looking to roll out in the summertime. So they'll probably be announcing pricing at E3 and then roll it out right after that. That would be my guess, educated guess. And the pricing, educated guess, theory only, is that it'd be $9.99 a month for that service, which is a steal. Would put GameFly out of business. Would be the final death knell of the video store. Out of business. And to be perfectly honest, too, like, for guys like me that are really hardcore video game collectors, for $9.99 a month and full access to the PlayStation library, again, over time, that means I can take a large portion of my games off the shelf and put them into boxes or what have you, or at least put them in some kind of shelving unit that's away from everything, because I just won't need it. They said that playing PlayStation 3 games on your tablet would be a reality. The thing I'm recording this video on right now, I could play PlayStation 3 games. Someone could be using my PS4 for something, for gaming, right? I could be using my tablet, or my Vita, or my phone. It's amazing. That is amazing. And, there was a patent that they announced, well, someone uncovered it a couple weeks ago, talking about taking their gaming stuff and putting, modifying the UI basically over top of it. So it's kind of like, the way I envisioned it was like pulling a screen over top of the screen and then enabling touch controls and save states and things like that. In other words, making the PlayStation Now experience an enhancement over just playing the game. In other words, giving you a reason to play Last of Us over again, from the cloud. Pretty cool stuff for sure. Just amazing stuff, dude. And then the cable network thing they talked about, again, live TV just like traditional cable, channels just like traditional cable. It works like a TiVo in that it learns from what you like and helps curate channels. And House dropped the word controller, meaning that its primary point of access, they're thinking, is going to be the PlayStation 4. In other words, they're using the PlayStation 4 for this new network the way that they use the PS3 to pioneer Blu-ray. And obviously you'll still be able to access that on the PS3, on the Vita, because he did mention earlier that PS3s remain the highest used Netflix-enabled device in the world. So he said if we just took our installed user base now, that they'd be able to be on par in the top, I think top 6 or 7 cable providers in the world day one. And I'm willing to bet the price point's gonna be around that $20 to $30 mark, which I have vehemently avoided cable television of any kind for the last several years, but pretty much since 2008. So 6 years going on. I just haven't touched it. And for me, I think that, you give me something that compelling, and depending upon the availability of certain shows, you're probably going to see me going away from Hulu, and to a greater degree later, Netflix. Like if they are able to adopt, the kind of content that Netflix gets now. In other words, they're a direct competitor to Netflix. I'll go to them right away. In other words, I'm already spending $16 a month, roughly, on Hulu and Netflix combined. So a $30 price point to get everything both those services have, plus the additional content that Sony can provide directly right there, and the ease of access, etc., that would be worth it to me. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure it's going to replace Hulu for me. The only thing I use Hulu for right now is watching basically ABC programs. Everything else I can get through an app. If it's NBC or CBS, for the most part I can get it on a free app on the tablet or through a browser and so forth. So at this point, if Sony can woo over like ABC and so forth, the other networks, just like a cable provider, okay, if they go that route and can garner that kind of deal to where it's a full-blown cable service like that, fuck you, Hulu, I'm done. We are done professionally, mate. Finished. No reason for it. Amazing service. So, PlayStation Now, formerly known as Gaikai, generically, they're talking any device, anywhere, any game up to PS4, basically. Closed beta starts the end of this month, and I hope I get to do it. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything beyond what they just said. And then it launches in the summer. And then they'll be testing the new cable network thing later on this year. So I'm thinking like late summer, early fall would be my guess, based on what he's saying and what they've said before. So once again, we're seeing that Sony promises low and delivers high. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. And with Gaikai PlayStation Now, they've been very, very tight-lipped about details because they wanted to make sure the shit worked. And if you want to know how well this shit works, again, we're talking about PlayStation 1 through PlayStation 3 games, right? Right. I know over a dozen people that have used remote play from PlayStation 4 to a Vita. Okay? Using upload from their home to a Starbucks, however many, like 30 to 70 miles away from their home. And they admittedly have shitty internet access in their home. And Starbucks isn't exactly an ideal internet situation, and they were streaming Assassin's Creed 4 high-def gameplay to their Vita, or Battlefield, or whatever, and it's completely remote. And that's all using the Gaikai streaming technology. We're talking about streaming games that are more complex and are, larger in scope than the ones that this service will be using. So they've already proven that the stuff works. So I just can't wait. I realize it's going to be, it's like anything else brand new. There's going to be hiccups. It won't be perfect right away, and the library will be small. People will complain. But man, it's an amazing concept. And from a video game collection standpoint, it's going to change the market dramatically. Common games will plummet in value, and rare games will devalue ever so slightly. Whereas the mint games will kind of stay the same, because people that really are after mint are still going to be after for the same reason. They want that physical copy. But for the casual collector, you're not going to have a reason. You'll spend less per month on that than you would on, like when I rebuilt my NES, SNES collection, I don't even want to think about how much that actually cost me, in the long run. It's ridiculous. It makes more sense. It's a better idea. It's totally exciting. I can't wait for more news. Like I'm as excited about this crap as I was about the PS4, if not more excited, because I took a chance leaving Microsoft in the dust, grabbing a PS3 and pre-ordering a PS4, buying a Vita, paying off PS4. Like, it was at a time where financially it wasn't a really smart move for me to do it. But I'm so glad that I've done it, because I've poised myself in a situation where all these kind of devices they're talking about, having access to all sorts of information, I've got a great tablet, I've got a great phone, I got a Vita, I've got a PS4, and I have a PS3. I have everything that they're talking about, and I'll have the means to access anything, anywhere. I guess now I'm going to have to start, leaving the house. So, but it's an exciting time. It's really exciting, and they talked about overall the overarching Sony technology vision, which is really cool. That projector they're talking about, the whole idea being that they're wanting to break out of the traditional set-top box, the traditional AV setup idea. Like, they're wanting this all to go away, so that potentially you just have this projector, and that'd be that. I don't know what that means for the audiovisual receiver market, but I can tell you that if it works in a similar fashion to how televisions work now, where you hook things in and so on and so forth, again, all my components go in the corner, or have a flat entertainment center. Like, that'd be kind of cool, right? You have these custom entertainment centers that go across the bottom of your wall that aren't taller than, say, 2-3 feet, and you have all your components in a long line underneath, and they all hook into this projector at the bottom, and then all this is your screen. Oh, I can't imagine. I think it would be amazing. So Sony's, as a company in general, have their eyes on the right things for sure, and to say nothing of what we've talked about with just PlayStation in general. So I has excite, and I hope you do too. Keep grinding, guys.